Hey everyone, it's me Triton, and today's video is going to cover the patch notes that accompanied the Night on Endor patch, which included the limited time game mode Endor Hunt. Before we talk the patch notes though, I want to go over the pricing for the cosmetic skins that can now be purchased in-game with credits or crystals. As most of you know, credits are accumulated just by finishing games, completing time challenges, or achieving milestones. Crystals are what you can now purchase with actual money to buy the cosmetic skins if you so choose. The cost breakdown is as follows. Epic level skins cost 40,000 credits or 1,000 crystals, rare skins cost 20,000 credits or 500 crystals, and common skins cost 5,000 credits or 150 crystals. Let's start with the cost of the hero skins. Rey's Octo, Kylo's Scarred, and the Endor Han and Endor Leia skins are all epic. Iden's Commander, Lando's Administrator, and Yoda's Hooded skins are all rare, and Chewbacca's Wounded skin is common. Moving on to the Trooper skins, a good rule of thumb when looking at the cost of the Trooper skins is if it's a human variant, it's common, and if it's an alien variant, it's a rare skin. Now before I get into the breakout for each of the 4 Trooper classes, let me just say that it's not really 40 additional skins as advertised. It's more like 25, as the same skin applies to the Resistance and Rebel Alliance for all 4 Trooper classes. Sure, they are a little different, but it's kind of like looking at 2 pizzas with the only difference being there's a different kind of pepperoni on each one. But I digress. Here's the breakout. 4 skins were added for the Assault class, 2 for the Resistance, and 2 for the Rebel Alliance, a common human variant, and a rare Nikto alien skin. 8 skins were added for the Heavy class, 4 for the Resistance, and 4 for the Rebel Alliance, 1 common human variant, and 3 rare skins for the Quarren, Zabrak, and Weequay alien races. A whopping 16 skins were added for the Officer class, further cementing how much better that class is than all the rest. Now one of them is the Rodian skin, which I had already unlocked, so I'm not sure if that's able to be purchased now or not. So perhaps it's just 15 skins, which if anyone knows, please leave a comment below. The First Order and the Galactic Empire received 4 skins each, all of which are common human variants. This is the one class in which there was a distinction between factions with either the light side or the dark side. All the First Order skins are female, while the Galactic Empires are all male. The Resistance and the Rebel Alliance received 4 skins each, 1 common human skin and 3 rare skins for the Rodian, Duros, and Abanedo alien races. Lastly, 12 skins were added for the Specialist class, 6 for the Resistance and 6 for the Rebel Alliance, 3 common human variants, and 3 rare skins for the Twi'lek, Mirialan, and Aqualish alien races. If you're looking to buy crystals for any of these, $4.99 will get you 500 crystals, for $9.99 you'll get 1,000, $19.99 nets you 2,100, and for $39.99 you'll receive 4,400 crystals. On to the patch notes, a majority of the updates to the heroes and villains pertain to fixes to their star cards, either aligning them to the way they are intended to work, or the description for them. In terms of actual changes, as I mentioned in the last video, Iden Versio's droid stun will no longer stun someone twice, but they did increase the duration of her initial stun from 0.5 to 0.9 seconds. Bossk's Relby V10 will no longer have the red glint when zoomed in, and the timer for his grenades for his Predator's Instinct ability is now back to the listed 1.7 seconds. This almost seems like a minor buff for him, as you could at least tell when he was on the other side of the map with the red glint, and now you can't. Darth Maul's saber throw should now properly hit targets. That's a pretty big update considering how long it's been an issue. And finally, Boba Fett had an issue with the horizontal movement speed of his jetpack in Arcade fixed, and he should now be able to melee properly while the For the Hunt ability is active. Leia, Luke, Rey, Yoda, Captain Phasma, Darth Vader, and Emperor Palpatine all fell under the category of having star cards adjusted to actually align with how they are intended to work, or the description was tweaked. No major changes beyond that. As far as class, special unit, and vehicle updates go, as I mentioned in my last video, melee combat has been reworked to feel more natural, which not only includes better responsiveness, but the audio and visual effects should align more with how you'd expect them to be. The other updates included fixes to the XP gain issues, as well as bugs that occurred while leveling up. There were quite a few game mode and location updates. As always, I'll be providing a link to the full patch notes in the description for anyone who wants to read through all the changes. I am just going to highlight a few here. For Galactic Assault, some of the bigger updates I noticed were changing the spawns on Phase 3 of Camino, presumably for the attackers. That's definitely a welcome change, as you'd often spawn close to 200 meters away from the objective during that phase. On Takodana, as the First Order, 60 troops must now be used during Phase 1 before they can use the AT-ST. I think that is a great change as well, as it definitely made defending much harder for basically the entire phase as the Resistance. I really agree with the comment in the notes that it should be used as a boost, not an early advantage. The changes to the other maps were mostly comprised of fixing issues where troopers or vehicles could get outside the map or someone could go through objects. Per usual, there were several collision issues that were fixed as well. There were at least 25 general issues that were addressed in this patch. The biggest one to me is the addition of 100 credits to all the players on the winning side. Honestly, that's something that should have been in the game since the beginning, but given the addition of cosmetic items that can now be purchased with credits, it's a great addition to get right now. There were a few quality of life changes and fixes to issues with milestones and star cards. I did notice that they fixed the do or do not, there is no try trophy, as players were somehow obtaining this despite not playing as every hero and villain. I was disappointed to see that the level 50 trophy wasn't addressed, but I did have a member of EA's staff actually respond to my thread in the forums, and it is still on their radar. So let's hope they can get around to this by the next client patch, perhaps when Season 2 drops. But that is it for this video on the Night of Endor patch. Thank you guys for checking it out and supporting the channel. As always, feel free to leave a comment below, and you can interact with me on Twitter at TritonPlz, and catch me streaming Battlefront 2 on Twitch as well. I am going to try and get a review up of Endor Hunt in the very near future, but until that time, may the Force be with you.
They've disabled our generators. Focus on the enemy starfighters while we try to get more online.